23andMe shit.
I need to. I'm so scared of that though.
Oh yeah, like you're like related to like a murder or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Right. That's it. That actually is why.
Do you know? Like, is there like a? Because I've heard people like they figure out like their dad isn't their dad or some shit. I haven't like looked into it like at all. But is it like? Do they give you a bunch of info other than your ancestry? Do you know?
So I actually have a story about this. My uncle doesn't know his dad still, I think, to this day.
Yeah.
And his mother passed away. So he only had what his mother had told him about his father, like information wise. And she told him it was something completely different than what he received. Jesus. So he actually went like 50 years damn near thinking that he was like from California, of Mexican heritage. Turns out like not at all.
He's like Irish.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what came
really?
back. Yes.
No.
It was like Wales, European.
Well, I know, Louis C.K., the comedian.
No.
You probably know when you see him, but he's like ginger, looks white as can be, but he's Mexican.
Wow.
And it's like I've also ran into like a lot of like Spanish people. They look like as white, just a white European.
Yeah.
And dude, today I posted just like how the fuck do I move to Europe? Because I'm just like so fed up with so much American bullshit.
Oh my God, the drama here.
So much drama, and a lot of people were messaging me like a handful of people were saying like Spain is like the place to be. They have like some like work like nomad visa or something where you don't have to like be anyone special, make a certain amount of money, and you can just chill.
Yeah. I think Portugal's running this thing where if you have like $8,000 or like USD currency wise, then you can, and if you put that into an account, you can actually like work. If you work from home as well, you have to qualify for all these different things, but you can actually like work and live like under residency there.
What would you do? What would be your career choice if you weren't doing some nomad type shit, like a work from home type thing, and you just transplanted to Europe right now, like a baker in France, dude?
Yeah, you would do that.
Just smelling croissants all day.
Nice, you like the bakery? Okay.
or flip it on its head, butcher, like the best sausage in Vienna or some shit.
Just chopping the meats.
Yeah, dude. Are you working any like side hustle out here?
Oh my God. Yeah. Absolutely.
Like everyone is.
Yep.
Yeah, like 400 of them.
I feel like I'm working now. Sometimes people ask me, they're like, oh, like, what do you do for work? I'm like, well, what version of it are you wanting? Because I have like so many different jobs.
Same, dude.
Yeah. You have to have multiple streams of income, I think.
First of all, this state is just expensive. And it's like, unless you have some kick-ass 9 to 5 or something, it's like, especially if you're creative, like you're trying to fund your creativity in some way. And it's like to do it, first of all, without crushing your soul. And rent is outrageous.
Ridiculous.
You need a car to really do anything out here.
You have to have a form of transportation, especially like if you are a creative, because your materials, like they just require. Sorry, out into.
You're good, dude. I can fix all that in post too.
Okay, but I'm like, hey, my name is Savannah.
Yeah, some ASMR.
Yeah, I think if I would have any job out of the country, wherever I land internationally, I would love to be a historian for that.
Yeah, that would be sick. I think we should go back to feudalism, just like castles.
Okay.
And
wow.
No one speaks to each other other than through like carrier pigeons.
Yeah.
Maybe
okay.
One guy who rides a horse between each town, like Paul Revere type shit.
Yeah. Animals connecting.
Yeah.
Animals as forms of communication.
So
right?
I want to go back like 300 years is basically what I'm saying.
I would like to go forward in 300 years.
Forward?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
I would love to see that.
Like flying horses.
Yeah. I mean, we probably won't even be here.
I don't know, dude. I heard recently that scientists are saying like with modern science, kids that are born today may very well be living 200 years.
Ooh, and see,
Because they're-
another reason why I don't want a kid.
I know. Oh, I know.
200
Like that
years on this
last
earth.
100 years of your life gotta be miserable, dude.
Dude,
You just gotta be like just
deteriorating,
wheelchair bound,
vegetated.
yeah, like the SpongeBob chocolate old lady, you know,
Ooh.
like chocolate. I always hated it. You know, you remember that episode?
No, I wasn't actually allowed to watch SpongeBob.
Oh no!
I know, missed out on an
You weren't
entire.
allowed, or you were too young for it.
I mean, no, I think I was like in the era that SpongeBob existed.
Yeah.
I just wasn't really like. My parents were just like, you can't see that.
No, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta catch up on it then.
I watched the SpongeBob movie.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like I'm one with the humor.
The first one from like 10 years ago.
Yeah, where they sing like the Goofy Goober
Yeah.
song.
All right, yeah.
I've been up there.
I'll cut you some slack then.
Thank you.
But you need to watch season 1 through 3 at least. That's like at least understanding the biblical story of Jesus Christ. Just
to Genesis.
just culture. Like that is
Right.
necessary reading.
Right.
You know.
And see, in polarity to that, my parents were like, Jesus.
Were they-
They were like, religion.
Were they strict like that?
Yes. My family, like, I come from like a religious household, I would say. My aunt and uncle, they like own a church, I'm pretty sure. Like I don't know if they own it, but he's definitely like preaching there.
Got you.
So like I was always raised with the knowledge of like what they believed in.
You still practicing?
Oh no. I mean, I practice like my own religion. But it's not even like my own, it's just more so like.
Oh, so you're starting a religion?
Yeah. Yeah, get on it. Yeah, that's actually why I'm on this podcast today.
So
marketing it.
You're gonna start a commune, cult leader, Sav.
Look.
What's the name of your religion? Savology.
No, it's more so like it's hard for me to see past the universe when I consider what I believe in. And so for me, I always take into account like the stars. That's massive. The planets, the moon, the sun. Yeah. Those are things that actually move us. Like we have documented proof every day. You could just watch the tide rise with the moon. Yeah. And the sun helps plants grow.
Yeah.
Very natural process.
Goes back to like the Native American shit. Like I would much rather.
That Native American shit.
well, it's like I would much rather worship the sun and the ocean than some fairy tale, that has been mistranslated or like retranslated for hundreds of years at this point.
Yeah.
I went to Catholic school my whole life, dude, and I came out the other side an atheist. Yep. Like just like once you learn all of it, I don't know. I'm not going to speak for everyone who's super religious or anything.
Yeah,
but
we're not speaking for the religious people.
Yeah, and I don't think those people are listening to me, anyways.
Period.
And
they're definitely not listening to me.
No, I post like Jesus memes all the time because it's hilarious.
Jesus memes.
Yeah. Oh. And it rubs some people the wrong way, but I don't know. He's like
express yourself.
He's like he's like SpongeBob to me. Just another character in the life that I've lived, and he's done some great things. Nothing that has been that special.
Yeah.
For me,
hasn't moved me in the way I want him to.
No.
Maybe that's the problem. Yeah. Is that I want him to.
And it's the people that are so devout and so worshiping of it that kind of fuck things up for everyone else too.
It's tough because
and not everyone.
Right.
Some of them are great people.
Right. I see both sides, right? Yeah. Being raised Orthodox religion of my own.
What's the exact religion?
Oh,
there's like 4,000 offshoots of Christianity.
Yeah, there's literally any part. I mean, I don't even really understand if they knew what they were doing, but yeah. It was like Southern Baptist.
Oh, okay.
That was
that's deep belief. Yeah.
Yeah, praying. I witnessed praying in tongue most of my childhood.
But those are also the fun church masses where everyone's like singing and dancing, right?
It depends what denomination you go to and how much funding, I guess, goes into each church. Like, I think that breaking it down, like the nonprofit churches that,
Yeah.
you know, some people don't have. Like, my family's church was very small. Like, they struggle to get, like, even keep it going, right?
Yeah.
But there are other churches that are the same denomination that have, like, castles built outside on the side of the fucking freeway.
Totally.
And you're like, well, where did they get all this money? I don't know. And I think it starts with sponsorship, money. People.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, those psycho Southern pastors who have like private jets, mansions.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, why the fuck isn't this being funneled into like humanitarian shit? Or at least the people who are part of your congregation, you know?
Yeah, that's how they stay on top.
It's that's like, that is evil. That is like the Antichrist integrating its way into modern Christianity. Like, I can't imagine giving my money to this guy, seeing him leave in like a Bentley. It's delusional to me.
It's Delulu.
I don't get it.
Is what that is. Yeah.
Delulu. I don't know, man. You know, I would always go in when you know how when you go for the Eucharist and you can like stick your tongue out instead of taking your hands out for the. Did you ever get communion?
No. No.
No.
I mean, I wasn't raised.
Oh, okay.
In Catholicism. So my understanding of religion is, I think, a lot different than a Catholic's belief.
Oh, okay.
Even though they stem from Christianity, right?
Right.
If I understand that correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done communion in the sense of like they used to pass out like grape juice and crackers on like the first Sunday.
Yeah, they're church crackers. It's like weird fucking. It's a weird religion, dude. I don't like it. You know what I do like though is like Buddhism, and I don't know a lot about it. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But those people aren't blowing buildings up. For their religion, you know?
No, yeah, that's not religion at that point.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I was just talking about this today with Natalie. I was like, what is the difference between cult and community?
Yeah.
And like, how do we lead our lives differently? Like, than like an evil cult, you know, like it's almost like there's always like somebody's following somebody. And like what they believe in, and whether they're able to start like form a community around that. It's like where is that person leading you to?
Yeah.
And like what are the beliefs and the standards and the values and the morals? Like what does that all entail?
Well, that's the difference between cult and religion is just a few hundred years.
Is there a difference between cult and religion?
No.
It's
just the religion has hundreds of years of credibility.
Maybe.
You know, like
maybe.
Yeah, exactly. And money.
You
know, like the fucking Vatican. Like what is this for?
Yeah.
Like, do we need all this opulence?
You said Vatican, and then my mind went to that scene of Twilight where Bella Swan and Edward like have to like go to the Vatican.
I didn't watch that.
I think they go to a Vatican. They go to this random.
They went in Rome?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No.
I'm pretty sure it was like in the fourth movie.
That's weird.
No, it was so weird, and they had to like.
They didn't need a fourth movie. Did I just piss off a whole generation of Twilighters?
You did, yeah.
You know, I feel like I talked about this with someone, but like that Robert Pattinson dude, he's come a fucking long way from that shit, dude. And he's the only one who, I guess, what's the girl's name?
Kristen Stewart.
Yeah, she's doing cool shit too.
Saw her recently.
You saw her?
Yeah.
Like on the street?
In person. I always find that these like very prolific people, celebrity-wise, in my life that like come to fruition eventually.
Yeah.
I ran into.
Well, you're also in LA.
Yeah,
They're just out here.
Yeah. I ran into Lana Del Rey in the grocery store or like parking lot outside of Trader Joe's in Studio City, and the girl that I was with at the time, biggest fan of Lana Del Rey, like genuinely.
Oh, just
probably
meltdown.
Yeah, personality was a part of of that.
Do you know the band Lainey?
Yeah, I love Lainey.
I just met Paul Klein. He came through my booth on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Like the lead singer.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. And we talked for a little while. I wish I fucking gave him like my card or something.
Dude, yeah, you have those business cards.
I played it really cool because I it's weird. Like I meet popular musicians through those markets all the time, and like even like minor celebrities.
Yeah.
And you just see those people out here, and it's like, do I really want to? I'm also not the guy to be like, hey, let's take a photo together. You know, like, I'm not trying to do that.
Can I get your autograph?
Yeah. Dude.
I would never do that.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever thought to do that. It's like, I want an autograph from like Maya Angelou.
Can I get your autograph? Can you sign my camera?
Can you sign my shirt that I just bought at the
sign my bare feet
at the Lowe's feet? Yeah, can you sign my pinky toe, please?
Well, the thing is, it is humbling when people do that because they
Who's doing that?
Super fans like Lana Del Rey. People, you know, for me, I would love if someone came up to me and asked for my autograph because no one does that, and it would be you know, just stroking my ego.
Right, and that's what it is.
That's what it is. But like when you're, you know, fucking Tom Cruise or something, where like you can't even leave your house without being bombarded by people.
I personally would not bombard Tom Cruise. I want nothing to do with him. He's like associated with like Scientology.
He's an absolute psychopath.
He's doing his own stunts in films. Do you realize that?
I love that. I love that about him.
Respect and appreciate.
But he's a psychopath.
Well, then takes that.
Yeah. I also think, you know, those people, I've said this before, but I think those people have like a fountain of youth serum that is like circulating in the elites.
Oh, they do.
You know, like,
yeah, it's called a vampire facial.
Yeah, right. Like they're like,
no, they have them. Like I think it's like they take the blood of your own blood and they like inject it into your skin to like give cell growth and like that's rejuvenated. I know. I think I've literally met like 3 girls. Like
stem cell type things.
Yeah, like regeneration. Yeah. Just met 4 girls that have been doing that.
What?
One of my friends, my good friends, like works in like this bougie Beverly Hills skin rejuvenation place right on Rodeo Drive.
What?
And she tells me the craziest stories. She tells me she was I feel like I can't put this on this podcast.
I can edit it out, but tell it, please. Don't say her name.
Yeah. Okay, fair. She told me that, like, I just roll up to the parking garage where she tells me to meet her, and like, she opens the door. She's smoking. We smoke. So she smoked out her car.
Yeah.
There's like a nurse who's about to operate on somebody, or who had just finished operating, just like smoking weed with my friend. And I was like, just in my head really briefly, I was like, that is wild, you know? Like,
I wonder how many like heart surgeons or neurosurgeons are low-key doing drugs.
No, who are just cheating to get by school.
Yeah.
Like, don't even know how to fucking do what they're doing. I mean, I don't know. That's such a stretch.
I mean, is it though? You know, like those dudes, to get through schooling like that, and you have to memorize so many random facts and just random material. I could see myself doing like some fucking speed or something to get through like finals week or something.
What?
And I'm not like, I've never even taken Adderall, and I've never,
Same.
you know, I'm not really a drug dude, even though I want to do more just to experiment.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
But have you ever tried any crazy drugs, or do you smoke pot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've tried like a good amount.
Yeah.
Of drugs.
You've gotten a lot of it out of your system.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or you're still some's in your system right now.
No, I did smoke earlier today.
Yeah.
No, do you smoke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a joint right there if you want to smoke.
Let's light this shit up.
You want to smoke?
I'm down.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been high for maybe half these podcasts.
Nice.
And they usually go off the rails, but that's kind of the fun part, you know?
Yeah, I'm down to go off the rails a little bit. Yeah, I love drugs. I mean, in the sense of like, I like psychedelic drugs the most.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Oh, like what?
I love shrooms. I microdose shrooms.
Dude, do you have a plug that you can give me?
I do.
Yeah. Because I might be low-key going to Universal Studios next week.
Wow.
Because
You're gonna do shrooms at Universal
Well,
Studios?
well, yeah. Well, they have. I think your phone is clogged up, but I think there's
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like,
definitely clogged up. No storage on
I
this.
know that's the worst, dude. You have to go delete some memories, you know.
Oh yeah, and I will happily do it.
Luckily, I'm recording everything, so.
Great.
But
yeah, no pressure.
yeah, but
Great.
But they have the Super Mario World, like looks trippy as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Like that is, if you're gonna do shrooms, like, is there a better place to fucking go and do it? You know,
Absolutely.
in the Mushroom
There
Kingdom.
is. There's definitely a better place to do shrooms.
There is, yeah, probably.
There's like literally a beach.
Like 100,000 places better to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know, but my friends are coming to town. They are in California. You know, like I'll fucking
Gotta
do
have
it
the
with them.
tourist occasion.
Yeah, I'm trying to show them a good time.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair. I feel like, yeah, I can't do shrooms. I've had one bad shroom trip. I was living in San Francisco, and the reason that it was bad was because I was tripping indoors. Like, I think that's the first issue. I can't trip indoors.
Not the move.
I don't want to look at like a wall, you know, and especially in San Francisco. Like,
You gotta be watching something. You can't just be staring at your apartment walls.
Yeah, no, I genuinely was. Yep. And it sucked.
Did you at least have like a mural or a painting on the wall? It was just a blank ass wall.
No, it was a cool wall. I was at the person I was like with the person I was dating.
That's a cool wall, bro.
No, she had like flowers and I think she had birds on the wall, like just different diagrams of like plants and stuff. So it was definitely like not a weird and shit trippy cool stuff. But it was more so just like the feeling of doing the drugs indoors where I was like, I don't know. It's just like not a raw experience that I was looking for.
I also like the microdosing stuff has never really worked for me.
Okay. You notice it at the end of the day.
Is it?
Yeah.
How so?
Well, this hits you immediately, right?
Right.
You can gauge when this is hitting. It's also a numbing.
One of the vendors at Silver Lake rolled that for me.
I was gonna say this is like if you have, I can roll. This is like a bent.
There's no. Yeah, I know. There's no filter either. I don't think.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. There's definitely a filter, but it looks like it's
I'm also like.
Oh, I must be wrong.
I'm such a fucking like loser, dude. I don't even know how to roll a joint.
I literally was just taught maybe like 2 years ago.
Yeah. It's just like you can go to the store and get the most perfect roll
for $5.
For $5, dude. I'm like,
I'm gonna shout out the.
And it's good weed, sort of, for $5, maybe not.
No, there's this one dispensary next to my house in Hollywood. I literally went and tried to get a job there with a girl named Tiffany. I was like, hey, you know, I'm looking at work, and their weed is like massive good. I had a $5 joint.
That's all I buy. If it's more than $5, I don't buy it.
Oh, period. I go in and I'm like, where's your cheapest joint? Somebody's place in Highland Park was like $15.
Yeah, well, you can go in there and then you get to the register and there's like $200 tab and you're like, what the fuck did I just buy, dude?
Because they have like an $8 tax.
Yeah, exactly. Like and more than that.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I spending like a $12 transaction amount here?
Well, the thing with the weed shit is like the packaging is everything. That's just the marketing to make you buy it, sort of.
Yeah.
And obviously, you know, the numbers, like how much THC is in it, how much CBD or whatever the fuck else. And
whatever the fuck.
Yeah, you know, and they don't even know what the strains are anymore. They just name them because it's like there's a general vicinity that the strains are in, but like they like crossbreed them, like the hybrids and shit, and it's like no one even knows what they're making anymore.
Oof.
And
depends. It depends if you're growing, which is definitely a thing here.
You grow?
My family. Well, let's not put that in there.
I got you.
I'm not gonna talk further on that.
My family. That's all I had to know, dude. All right. That's awesome. Chicago. I'm from Chicago. Are you from? Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from California.
Oh, you're a Cali girl.
Born and raised.
Hell yeah. From here?
No.
Further up north.
Yeah.
Hence the growing.
Yeah, exactly. No, that. Thank God.
I think I'm good for that.
All right, for sure.
keep things on the rails a little bit, you know.
Yeah, you know what? Keep things aligned with our mission here.
It's
today.
already like fucking like midnight.
It's not. It's not. I know I showed up so late. It's 9:22.
It's all good. It's all good. How old are you, by the way? If that's enough to ask.
How old do you think I am?
43.
Fuck, you were close. Just turned 44 yesterday.
I say 24.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right on the money.
Hell yeah, dude.
You know, reaching 25. I'm excited. Everybody scares me though. Every time I talk to somebody who's like a little bit older, they're like scared of aging or just like having a conflict in their inner self.
That's life, dude.
It is. I'm like, that's every age. You're always going to feel that. Just because I'm turning 25 does not mean it's going to go down.
Well, our culture is also a very ageist culture. Like where we treat you
That's loud.
Yeah. And it's like for example, music. It's like the younger you are, it's almost people perceive you as having more of a chance in the industry or something. Like if you're like 40 years old, you're already aged out or something. Why is that? But I don't totally believe that, because I think if you have a certain a fucking sound and a specific genre, you can cultivate an audience playing anything.
Yeah. Well, first, I think it just depends on what your definition of work looks like.
Yeah.
Like an artist can be working until they're dead
Right.
ass. And
Totally.
and
Dead
you
ass.
dead ass. And you might perceive that as like different from the type of work that's socially qualified or like approved of, the status quo, which would be maybe like influencing, popping off, being a celebrity, like a massive one. Like the older celebrities I think of, let me think. Oh, like Meryl Streep's all damn near. She's like in her 70s.
Yeah.
But she's such a household name.
Right.
That
Well, yeah. I think I don't want to say celebrity, but like if you can cultivate a career as young as possible,
yeah.
then that's really the only way you can be doing it 30, 40 years from now. Because
Exactly.
you have to at some point you have to find a job or something that you can make money in to survive.
Yeah.
And it's almost like if you dove into music in your 30s, what were you doing for the last 10 years? Like odds are that became your career. And then like you as you get older, you just close doors, you know? And doors just get closed to you, not even because of age, but decisions you made. You know?
That's why it's important to make good decisions when you're young.
Yeah.
Something I didn't even think about.
Well, like if you get married at 25, which is probably, I don't know, maybe the average.
Oof,
which
married
is
at 25?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know. Fuck that, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Could not be me. Could not be me.
I know. Are you seeing anyone?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Riding solo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love it. I like being alone, but not because I'm alone, because I get to be myself. And I think like for me, self-acceptance has always been like a big, like if I'm like, well, do I like fully love myself? And so then I had to really just do some healing and kind of like figure. I had been in a relationship, not in a relationship, but like even in flings, like entanglements with people for like 6 years. I think I counted at one. I was like, that's a lot of years to give to other people and not focusing on myself. So,
well, it's like, you know, especially in the arts, dude, like, and just being a modern fucking millennial or whatever, like you need to be working so much more to just stay afloat.
Bro, I know. I don't even have time.
Yeah. It's almost,
I don't even.
It really is tough to cultivate a deep relationship. At least probably this state, maybe New York. You just have to be really career focused. And that's when it gets weird too. It's like if you get married or you're engaged or whatever in your early 20s or something,
which is wild. My brother is getting married and he's 21.
Oh, he's 21?
Yeah, he's young.
Is he in school still or no?
Nothing. No.
He's just
Well, he's like I think he's
Is
taking
he
classes.
in Northern Cali.
No, he moved with his fiance.
Mm,
She's in college in Moorhead.
got you. That's crazy, dude.
I know. It's just like I'm so like I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's normal. We were in
But it's love, dude. It's like
It's
that.
love.
It's like, why would you do it unless it wasn't some deep feeling, you know?
Commitment, whatever.
Yeah.
I think like running towards that too is not something that should be discouraged.
No.
I think the concept of marriage is definitely maybe we're not really fully educated on how it affects us in the long run, right?
Yeah.
Like I think like you get married and then the divorce that comes after is massively financially burdened. Like you are going to take on so much to separate that.
Some lawyer's gonna make a lot of money, dude.
And I'm saying,
but that's
like,
only if you have a lot of assets together. Like
True.
But
when you get married, you put your name on everything with that person,
right? Yeah.
So like that is something that is gonna happen regardless of what your assets are.
Or goddamn, you have a couple kids. That's when shit gets real hairy, dude.
For real. I also think the institution of marriage was established by our government to like kind of suppress my like rights. Like, I mean, getting married was always like a contract between families for like a long time, especially when it came to women. Like women didn't get a say.
Sure.
So I feel like
the thing with it too, it's now it's entirely around love, you know, for the most part, at least in Western culture. Like, sure, maybe there's a business aspect to it with maybe you're running a restaurant together or something, or some business together. Like I was just in India in September, and some of those, you know, arranged marriages are like the norm.
Yeah.
And I don't know what they would do if like your son fell in love with some girl down the street. I mean, I guess it's just the culture that's in that family. But I don't know. I don't see the point of doing it unless you were just massively in love.
It's a contract of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not I haven't met someone that hit that level yet, you know?
Yeah.
And it's also years of growing together, dude.
Yeah. It really does involve time.
Like people who get married after like a month, like what the fuck are you doing?
That 90-day fiance shit is fucking wild.
That is the dumbest thing ever, dude.
Oh, man.
Are those ever successful?
I don't want to judge it. It's just not for me. Like, holy shit. 90 days I have to understand this person and agree to a marriage. But that is...
How much are they getting paid from the show?
I think just like the exploitation of it is so sick.
I'm
just like, holy fuck, you're really just dragging these people and their lives.
Is that a show on Lifetime?
TLC,
same shit.
It's wild.
Yeah, that is like the Learning Channel. But
is that what that is?
Yeah, that's what it stands for.
What? What?
And
what?
And they have so many bad reality shows,
That's
dude.
Fucking crazy.
Like
they've had so many reality shows that you're just like praying this isn't actually reality.
Right.
Like you don't want that to be the Learning Channel. TLC. I thought it meant Tender Love and Care.
I mean, I guess you're just learning about the shittiest people in America. So I guess I'm learning something. But like, they have like
crazy.
What's another show like My Crazy Addiction? People are like eat rocks.
Dude,
you know, or
I watched this one where this guy's like fucking a car.
Yeah.
Like he's into the car.
Yeah.
That is so crazy to me.
It's so like those people exist, dude.
They do.
This show and this channel is making money.
Yeah.
Off such cringe. We're living in the golden era of cringe, bro, with TikTok. Like anyone has a camera to post anything at all times.
Yes. But they always say that everybody has to climb the cringe hill.
Right.
To get to the individualistic.
But not all those people are trying to reach something.
Poof, that's true. Some people just
they're
really
just posting their life, you know?
Yeah.
It's just cringe. But yeah, like if you're trying to be a killer musician, you have to suck. You know, there's cringe, and then passable, great.
I think it just is like, I think it's effort, consistency, and practice.
Yeah.
I think it's just those third things. Like if you are putting effort, showing up consistently, and practicing what you are wanting to do, then you'll eventually become a master in that.
Right.
That's why.
And it's just sad. Like anyone could comment on anything you do and be like, cringe. Or, you know.
Dude, I've gotten trolled on TikTok. It was,
people
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
People.
Like, what is the
I
big
know,
deal?
dude. And it's probably like a 9-year-old child, you know.
And most of them were like young. I was like, what?
Well, that's the thing. It's like anyone with a keyboard can ruin your day. But it's up to you to accept if you give a fuck.
I was just speaking. I spoke to my mom. I spoke to my friends about this. We're living in two different worlds. Like agreeable. We're living in this world together, you and I, in this reality, right?
Yeah.
We're here. We're in this moment. We're filming it. We can document it.
And
right?
no one comes up to you in real life to shit talk you.
Well, I mean,
rarely, unless you really deserve it.
I mean, I'm like, wait, I might, you know, like if I'm not fucking with them, I will let them know.
But there's a side of there's a you know, a consequence of you insulting someone in their face. You could get in a fight.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, of course. I mean, the physical altercation, right?
Yeah.
But think bigger, like the alternate, the metaverse, basically, which is what social media influence is causing in terms of internet. Like the way that we can connect on this entire virtual reality that exists through these different apps, showing us a false interpretation of what's happening here.
Yeah.
So there's two places we can exist as humans. It's up there and that like visionary cloud of just like fakeness. Like we're literally looking at our phones and that's like, we're perceiving so much from that world.
Dude, we're cyborgs.
We are time traveling.
We are cyborgs.
We're able to exist in two places at once.
Like we attribute our digital profile as such a massive aspect of who we are, you know?
I mean, that's life. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
Like everything is happening that way.
And dude, I respect people who are totally off of everything.
Oh, yes. And I'm getting so close.
Like I can't do it, you know, cuz like my money kind of needs it.
Well, that's the trap.
Yeah, like I was getting like new car insurance the other day, some fucking big boy shit.
What always?
And farmers represent and sponsor me.
Yeah, throw us on. Yeah, they want us.
Please.
They want to sponsor it.
And the agent, she was talking to me and she was like the sweetest gal. And I was just telling her like I run like a clothing business and some other stuff. And she's like, should I get online? And I'm like social media? You don't have any social media? And she's like, no, I just never really did any of it. And I'm like, stay off it. Don't ever go on it.
Yeah.
Live in the real world, dude. Because I don't know. You don't need it. You really don't.
You do though. You need like there's the polarizing effect.
No, you do.
The evolution of ourself. Like if you take your own individuality out of it, and it's just like the evolution of human, that's just like where we're going.
Right.
So it's either you hop on or you hop off.
No, you're right.
And when you hop off, you're just disconnected from that reality completely. So that is a good thing because you're gonna benefit. But
some people's brain chemistries, you know, like suicide rates, dude, because of social media.
I know.
But you don't like.
So weird.
There's people I know that are so fucking happy, just like being oblivious to so much culture that is coming from the internet. And you only go back 15, 20 years and there's people with none of that shit. They were just living.
None of what? None of what? None of what of that shit?
Like none of the internet.
Yeah.
You know, you're just living. Dude, I would have loved to go to fucking like a bar in 1985, dude. Just know you could do anything, be as drunk as possible, and no recording of it will ever have occurred.
You're not worried.
You know.
Fuck, that's loud.
You know, you could like the shit happening at parties I'm sure we're just done without a care in the world. Like for the good, the best, and the worst of it, you know.
Right.
but I don't know. I just have again, like I'm deep in the fucking online shit, and I wish I could detach from it. And I do, I do take breaks from it though. You need to take breaks from it.
Yeah. It's honestly, you have to look at it as a tool.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
It's not like a lifestyle.
Right.
It's a tool. So
Totally.
we can't confuse that for what it is.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's gonna be implanted in our arm one day. The smartphone
Dude,
or
it's
the.
like a Black Mirror episode.
I'm actually surprised. I think Snapchat has like those glasses with like a camera on them. I think there's like the Google glasses. I don't even know if they exist still because there were failures, and I'm surprised we aren't wearing those, so we're just on screens all the time at this point.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Or like contacts.
Oh, I bought glasses. I bought like blue, like glasses to wear.
Yeah.
So that I'm not like being affected by the screens.
Oh,
But I don't know if they work.
that probably doesn't do anything.
The blue light glasses.
I don't think that does anything.
I don't think so either. I'm just like, if in the event though.
Taking any percentage of functionality you can out of it. I think I saw that our eyes are like elongating. Like a lot of people are going, like the next generation has a higher percentage of like short-sightedness.
Wow.
And it's because of
so
you're being
crazy.
raised to look at this thing this close to your face
Right.
all the time.
That is so scary.
I mean, I was like 7 when I got my glasses. So I was like 03. And I can remember from an early age, like late 90s, looking at screens all the fucking time, dude.
Yeah. I couldn't even resonate. I didn't have any tablet in my hand until I was like 13. I was
Dude,
probably
that's
like 11.
awesome, dude.
11 or 12.
Well, yeah, I didn't really have a tablet or anything. But like, you didn't have a chunky desktop at home or anything?
No, I was very much an outdoors kid.
Dude, that's great.
I've loved the way that I was raised, like, and I'm very grateful for that. Just like being able to disconnect. Like I wasn't even in pop culture. Didn't exist.
Dude,
to
I
me.
love that for
Like
you.
whenever I got a CD, it was like it was
like from 10 years ago.
It was really it was always Britney Spears. I listened to Britney Spears and like Disney Channel.
Yeah. You weren't the only one.
Period.
But that's the thing. It's like
Oh
you like kids have so much media
they have
at the palm of their hands.
unlimited access. Unlimited. They're definitely going to evolve.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the way that we operate as humans. I'm excited to watch. I'm really like.
It is interesting. We're at
I would love
the
to
most-
teach.
teach
Yeah, I think that'd be so fun.
teach what?
I don't know. I don't care. Like I just want to teach. Like I think like
cyberkinetics.
I don't know. Cyberkinetics.
Like
That's,
installing some computers in our brains or something.
that would be cool if I could do that.
Well, you're an old soul though, so
Yeah.
so with history, is there because you wanted to teach history, didn't you say that?
I wanted to be a historian if I
historian, yeah.
lived out of the country. I would really love to teach music. I think
Yeah.
teaching music to kids would be really awesome. It's like a universal language.
Mm,
But I'm not sure what route that would take me
yeah.
in terms of right now. I'm like, I don't have even the equipment for myself to record.
Right.
Like everything I do, I think is just like with a guitar, a quick little plug-in that connects it to my DAW. Like
Are you on Ableton?
no.
Pro Tools?
Mm-mm.
What are you using?
I used GarageBand
Oh yeah.
and then I updated to Logic.
Yeah.
Logic's dope.
Logic's cool.
I love Logic. I'm like,
Yeah.
sponsor me.
I know, for real, dude. That would be so fucking nice.
No, they're very like the tools are useful. It's easy to learn. YouTube exists.
Yeah.
And I think the same about FL Studio.
Dude, it literally doesn't matter what DAW you use.
No, not
Some
at
people
all.
gatekeep around it. It doesn't matter if you can make music in anything
If you just recognize the
and learn how to
effects.
mix what you want.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm not gatekeeping any aspect of that. Like I wish like GarageBand is free as fuck, you know.
Oh my
But
God, it's such a good tool.
But it's kind of, you know, like doesn't have as much tools in it, you know, to be a FL Studio or Pro
like,
Tools or whatever.
You can't mix sounds.
Right. Yeah.
Like GarageBand is basic. Like it has what you need, but not what you want.
But I pay like fucking like $500 a year for like my Pro Tools or whatever the fuck it is.
Well, how much you paying?
I don't remember what. I don't think it's that much.
What was that? Did you say 500?
But you pay $500 for Ableton if you want.
I would never pay $500 for Ableton.
Yeah, it's like, why is this so expensive?
I think just because like access to things is not cheap.
Yeah.
I think it's an expansion of a toolkit that you wouldn't have unless you were invested enough to teach yourself, right? Like,
yeah, it's probably good that not everyone has it too.
I'm saying, and I mean,
you know, as saturated as the industry is, you know,
it's saturated
with just some bad music.
Yes and no. I think if you're expressing yourself, and that's what it is. But I think when it reaches, when the goal is corporate level, or when the goal is like industry.
I love corporate music.
You know, some like classic fucking pop.
Yeah.
I just want to bang my head into a wall. Dude.
That's a funny thing. Like people always think about musicians that are playing huge shows at sweet venues or clubs. But a lot of bands that you don't see any press around can be hired by for corporate events, weddings, big bands is what I'm saying. Yeah. If you have the cash, why wouldn't they turn that down? But
they're gonna run.
But can you imagine
like a bar mitzvah?
Yeah,
they're going to.
Dude, that would be sick. Imagine going to a bar mitzvah and the Killers were playing or something.
I think there's a bar mitzvah and a bar mitzvah.
Yeah, bots for the girls, bars for the dudes. Yeah.
Can you imagine? That would be so crazy. I did not grow up that way. My family, my friends had piñatas until we were we stopped having parties. We were like, well, this is not fun.
I love a good piñata. What a great little party implement. I
wish my dad was buying fucking a big band to come play my show.
That would be sick.
SZA rolling up to my party now, I'd be like, please.
Dad, how much did you just spend on this party?
Daddy, please.
Well, that's just saying, some of these Beverly Hills fucking spoiled kids, dude, can probably book anyone in LA, dude.
Yeah, they could probably.
And they probably have.
And we'd get invited. And I would go. Hello, I would go.
100% be there if there's a piñata, though.
Yeah, only if there's a piñata.
Every event should have a piñata.
I think that we should make that a rule.
Mother's Day piñata.
You know mom's trying to beat that piñata.
A mannequin replica of your mom.
Yes,
piñata.
Mother. Yes, mother.
Hanging from your basketball hoop.
Yeah, that's hella funny. Piñatas.
When's your birthday? Is this a secret?
Me exposing myself? No, not at all. My birthday is November 16th.
Okay.
November 16th.
That's kind of a great time to celebrate your birthday because it's birthday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. What a fucking just epic time.
Series of events.
And you're just far enough from Thanksgiving that it's not going to get overshadowed by Thanksgiving.
Yeah. I'm very blessed.
Yeah. Do you celebrate Thanksgiving? Another dumb fucking holiday that is fake.
No, I mean, yeah, no, I don't really, none of the holidays I'm celebrating. Yeah. You know, I think on Christmas, I literally went to Sutter's Fort, which is a museum on the
Sutter's Fort, where is
the colonization of Sacramento.
Oh, wow, dude.
Yeah.
Some deep history shit. I love it.
Yeah, it was weird. And
were you taking photos of the plaques?
No, I never take photos. I never bring because they're actual I would never take photos. No.
At a museum, no. You shouldn't be doing that.
No, yeah. I don't know if that's etiquette or not. I'm just
well, you don't want to spoil it for there's a lot of people trying to go to Sutter's Fort,
Yeah. Well, I could feel the energy. I think it was just
people died there.
I don't know if people died there necessarily.
Probably haunted, but you didn't realize.
Yeah, it was original to the buildings were real, and they existed in a different time period. I haven't been.
That's a weird thing to think about. Again, our buildings are relatively new buildings in the U.S. because it's a newer country. But you go to like Italy, you're deep in Paris. Like you're probably in let's say you have an apartment there. You're probably in an apartment that multiple people have died in. A room, like over the course of however many years, because it's an old fucking building.
Yeah.
And there's no way they disclose any of that out there. Like here, if you're trying to buy a home, I'm pretty sure the realtor has to tell you if someone's murdered in it.
Yeah, and even then they really don't.
Yeah, Why would you want to tell your client that?
And I think we come from generations of people that have been, walking this earth as a ghost and have been killed. Do you believe in
ghosts then?
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, I don't know what that even means, right? Like our Disney version of ghost is like Casper.
Yeah.
But that might not be what it is. It could be more internal, less external. I think it could be related to like your day to day. I don't know.
Well, it is like from my perspective, I'm like, again, like not spiritual, not really supernatural, not really.
Oh, you said you were kind of like atheist?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. This is a great conversation. I have so many questions.
I don't really have I've never really had a need for religion in my life. At least at this point. I'm a very practical, I'm a man of science,
Is there a difference between religion and spirituality for you?
I mean, they're kind of the same thing.
You think okay.
It depends what you're celebrating with spiritual,
Right.
That's a vague term in its own right.
Yeah, I would say that there is a difference.
Yeah.
For me,
yeah, I think I would agree with that.
But you just said that you don't think there's a difference.
I mean, you can be spiritual and believe in a higher power of something controlling the day to day. It's a religion in its own right. It just may not be defined as Christianity, for example.
Yeah. I have a question for you. Have you seen Atlas of the Heart?
No. What is that?
It's an HBO special with Brene Brown. She hosts. Do you know who that is?
She sounds familiar.
Oh my God, let me put you on Brene.
Dude, I want to check it. I'll check it out.
Yes, she has a Netflix show. She has an HBO show. She's doing the real work.
Yeah.
She's out here trying to give us a bigger vocabulary for our emotions and what we categorize emotions to be.
So Atlas
it's pretty cool. Atlas of the Heart.
What does that show then?
So she basically just kind of finds emotions that feel similar to ourselves, but have distinct different meanings. So one of the examples she said was we control, or no, what did she say? It was on the subject of control versus connection. It's often felt the same way internally, but they mean two different things, control and connection. So distinguishing in your mind with your thoughts what the definition of those two things are so that you can define them emotionally is basically her practice. She's trying to find data behind our emotions.
Gotcha.
And how we can place them in a more accessible area of our lives.
So it's crossbreeding science with a spiritual tint, sort of?
I don't know. It's tough because I don't think it's spiritual. I think it's based off of vocabulary.
Yeah.
And different languages have different vocabularies. You could say one thing in Spanish that is not a word here.
Yeah.
Sure. With English. And so and the same can go for other languages. It's really cool. You should check it out.
So you believe I know you're talking about the cosmos is a big
cosmos.
I agree with that. I'm not feeling any effect of the cosmos right now.
Okay, you're saying.
It is impossible for me to almost fathom it.
Right.
I don't know. It's just so macro, and we're such on a micro level. Human beings.
Yes.
And they're solar flares and shit happening on the sun. that are hitting us, but we're being protected by the atmosphere and the ozone and like.
Yeah, that's all working in singularity.
Yeah, and you know what I just watched literally last night? You seen the movie Deep Impact?
No.
Have you seen the movie Armageddon with Bruce Willis?
Oh, I don't want to.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
No.
it's like an asteroid is coming from outer space, dude.
Oh, wow.
And it's coming basically for Earth. And so for Armageddon, they get a bunch of like oil rig driller dudes to go out and put like a bomb on it. And Deep Impact came out the same year. Literally the same exact plot line. Except they have astronauts go do it instead of oil drillers. And they blow up the asteroid. Half of it is fine, gets off, but like a chunk of it comes and basically destroys like the entire East Coast of the U.S.
What? This is a movie?
Yeah, and it's like that shit can fucking happen.
Yeah, but like,
and we don't know when it's coming, and we just hope to God that the people at fucking NASA see it and can like do something.
What the fuck are they gonna do? Well, NASA's fake as fuck. I'm gonna tell them why, because like if they actually fucking land, dude, I can go off.
You're going off on NASA right now?
No, I am actually going, dude. I'm gonna disappear.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, so you don't like NASA?
I don't fuck with NASA. I'm gonna tell you why. There's a photo I've sent it around to so many people.
Okay.
On NASA's Instagram of these astronauts living in space on this spaceship, and like everything's floating in the air, right? Like their hair is floating, everything's floating. I think except for sriracha and a spoon. And my first question was like, who brought sriracha like on this excursion in space?
Are you saying the gravity was fake?
I'm saying, yeah. Like, I'm not saying gravity is fake. That's crazy. I do think it's suspicious that...
That's the headline, dude, of this whole podcast.
Oh my God, I get canceled again.
That's like the funniest way to get canceled.
Oh my God,
this bitch doesn't believe in gravity, dude.
Bring it. No.
That'd be hilarious.
No,
wait,
I definitely believe in gravity.
What about the moon landing?
Okay, so exactly. And that, I'm so happy you asked me because I was going to go into that, but that's nice that you asked instead. Oof, this one's tough. And this is...
Hollywood?
No, because what?
Made in Hollywood? The moon landing was all a hoax?
I don't believe it was a hoax, but I definitely think it was propaganda that government used during a space war. And so I actually bought a book, before I get into what I believe in that, I went to Goodwill and I found this book. It says Space Travel, and it was made in the 60s, and it was basically like a children's cartoon book of like what we will look like going to space in less than 100 years. Made in the 60s.
This book called to you.
It found me. Yeah. It found me.
From in Goodwill.
In Goodwill.
The most least likely of places.
The ville that is good. Yeah, it found me. And so I ended up taking this book home, and it was talking about how like in 100 years from 1964 when it was written, we would be traveling.
Which is right now.
Yes, we would be traveling in space. And like as a regular thing, like everybody's going to have an opportunity to go to space, right?
Which is kind of true, but you need some cash.
I'm like, no, that's an unequal opportunity to the max. They're saying everybody has an opportunity. I'm like, okay, get in line, because nobody has opportunities here on this earth.
Right.
Like, we're going to have them in space.
Well, I bet you in our lifetime, we at least see like a colony on the moon.
Okay, I was just going to say, if we landed on the moon, we would have already colonized it.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think it's just too expensive to be transporting shit back and forth.
Bullshit.
And we just haven't mastered shit exploding on impact yet.
No way.
No.
You said exploding on impact?
I mean, like the odds of the everyday person willing to risk, let's say they make a bus from here to the moon.
I'm going.
Yeah, I would fucking do it.
I'm going.
But like it was just 30 years ago, like the Challenger exploded.
Yeah, exactly.
Before it even left the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I would probably need another. I would need some guinea pigs, being transported back and forth before I'm willing to do it.
Right. I think they said they were going to send Pete Davidson out there. I thought that was so fun. I think they genuinely asked Pete Davidson if he was going to fly. And I think he was going to do it.
Yeah. Please send Pete Davidson.
I'm dead. Send Pete Davidson straight to my heart is where you need to send Pete Davidson.
Send Sav and Pete Davidson alone. They can colonize Mars.
Exactly. I think we make a crazy ass society.
Hey guys, you made it this far. Some quick, shameless self-promotion. I'm giving you a free coupon to my store on freddytylerpaul.com. You can get any tee, any sweater, any book, any album of mine for 25% off. Just put in bad advice at checkout and you're golden. All right, back to the pod.
I mean, that's why you smoke pot. Is ideas come that you would never discuss if you were completely sober.
Yeah.
And that's why artists do it. That's why some people are so straight-laced and they just fucking need a joint. That's all they need.
Dude, you know what? It took my mom forever to smoke.
Yeah.
And
changed her life.
Yeah. Oh my God. It was so healing. I was like smoking with my mom.
That's awesome.
You know? And she literally she was so anti-weed. She literally drove me. She called the cops when she found.
No.
Yeah, when she found a pipe in my car. She was done. She drove me straight to the sheriff.
That's hilarious.
The guy comes into the car, knocks on the window, and he's like, what's going on? My mom called him to talk to me. I was like, hey buddy, I'm 19, 20. Yeah. I think I was 21 even.
Wow, dude.
No, I don't even think I was.
You're like an adult.
I think it was just a pipe.
Yeah.
Crazy. But my mom, yeah, her mind was blown for sure when she smoked.
When was this, recently?
Yeah, it was right after my show. I did a show in Sacramento and my parents came. They haven't seen me play my own stuff ever. Mm-hmm. And they got to watch that, and that was super healing. And then after, we all went over to my house, and I have this long sun porch, and we had a gym in the backyard and a hot tub, and I was just like, yo, it was awesome to share that experience with my family.
That's dope. So you were just fucking baked with your whole family?
I got my mom to smoke. My dad didn't smoke. My dad used to be a drummer in LA, and he used to be like really crazy, I guess, in the drugs. But so he hasn't done anything.
He's just keeping it mainline.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna watch your mom. He didn't even want to take part in it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's like some people are taking meds, opiates, over the counter shit, when all you need is a fucking herb, bro. But that's its own thing.
Yeah, I'm not going into the opioid crisis on this podcast.
That's for the next podcast.
No, that's next episode.
Strictly opioid crisis discussion. All right, let's get some bad advice going here.
Oh my God. Okay, so is the objectificate?
No, we're just giving advice. It just tends to leads. Coming from me, tends to be bad advice, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
But no, we're trying to help some homies out.
Are they real homies? Are they fake homies?
Yeah, they're real homies.
All right, let's talk to the real homies.
All right. I recently saw a clip where a woman was recommending that if you see a woman you find attractive in a coffee shop or something like that, you should go up to her, say that you thought she was cute, and give her a slip of paper with your number on it, and then leave. This idea being a very low pressure way to show interest. She doesn't have to worry about giving her number to a random stranger who might be weird, can message you if she likes you. You get the idea? That made sense to me. However, I've also seen a woman on Reddit say before that giving your number to a girl instead of asking for hers makes it seem like you were too scared to ask for her number and they wouldn't like it.
Unspoken.
What do you think about the merits of both of these approaches?
It's the classic conversation, Riz versus unspoken Riz.
Yeah. Right.
Dude. And you either have Riz or you have unspoken Riz.
Yeah.
And the unspoken Riz would be that you would ask for that number and face that fear. Because you got the sauce regardless. And that's just going to come naturally.
Totally.
But you just got Riz. You're like, I'm still bold enough to get that number, but I'm just going to slide it. And then you can hit me up because I'm not sure if it's something even I want to do. That's what it gives me at least.
I don't think either way matters. It's like if you're, I think the only way, let's say I'm going up to a woman. I'm a straight cis dude.
Okay.
and I'm approaching a girl,
Love it.
and I give her my number. Either she's into me or she's not. Like, no skin off my back.
Right.
Like, asking for her number from a woman's perspective could be problematic, because you don't, especially from a cold approach.
Oh, like you're saying as a guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if someone came
Right.
up to you while you're eating at like fucking like Five Guys or something and just gave you
Right.
their number,
Yeah, that would not be. That wouldn't go. Yeah, you're right.
like,
See,
I'm not gonna text. Yeah, I don't know. It depends. Like,
a valid
it could be a
opinion.
fucking hunk of a dude, or
Right. He could
yeah,
be.
the unspoken confidence could encourage you to respond.
Right.
It's a situational thing. It could be if it's some fucking creep who like.
Well, ideally, you're not going to go about it like, "Can I get your number?"
Yeah.
Like, you're going to want to strike up a conversation, at least see if you're compatible. Like, you're
Right.
the advice would be to dig deeper, brother.
Yeah. Like, I think that's weird. Just giving your number. I don't know. If you were like a waiter
Right.
or a waitress and you're waiting on someone, like, does that person, unless there was some banter while you were like taking orders or something, like, would you want them to leave you their number on like the receipt? Like,
It's happened.
yeah.
I'm
I'm sure there's been countless relationships that have sparked from that.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, depending.
it's situational.
It's quite literally situational.
Yeah.
There's not a blanket
Have you ever been
answer.
asked out like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
How'd it work out?
Oh, I don't call that
You
number.
don't talk to that person.
I don't know. I feel like naturally I'm pretty flirty, but just like
Yeah.
in the sense of like communication, I'm just like fluid with it. I like
Sure.
talking. I like shooting the shit.
Yeah.
And I think that when I'm serving somebody and it's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, of course I'm
Yeah.
talking to you. Like,
Right,
it's not like
dude.
I'm singling you out.
I knew a girl who told me she started dating someone. She was stopped at a red light, and this guy came up to her door
Yes, that's happened.
because she was just held hostage by the street light.
Right. She couldn't leave.
And she couldn't leave the engagement,
Right.
and got some random guy's number, and they like dated for a few years, which is something,
Wow.
which is kind of a success.
Cute.
But it's in LA, if someone was approaching my fucking door, and I'm at least, keeping it maybe a couple inches closed,
Right, right, right.
the fucking psychopaths walking the streets out here.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, that's scary. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's what happened to her, dude.
And that's a victim.
Yeah,
What that is.
exactly,
That's like,
dude.
we don't do that.
What's the optimal way of asking someone out then? Because DMs is like,
Oh,
the
never on the
new-
DM.
no.
I mean, it's like, it depends. Like, are you seeing this person often? Did you
Yeah.
meet online?
Right.
You could slide in with a quick, like, let's get it.
Yeah.
Like,
For
You can
let's
invite-
get it.
let's
That's
get
all
it.
you. That's all you say. That's all you say.
Let's
no
run
other
it.
information.
let's run it.
Yeah.
And then whatever that
Yeah.
person assumes is what will happen.
I'm totally into that. Yeah.
That approach is good.
It'd be weird. You can leave voice messages on your phone,
Yeah.
but you can't do that on like Instagram DMs or anything.
You can.
Can you?
It doesn't go away. It definitely stays there.
Oh yeah, you can, can't you?
Yeah, you can just I've sent like 4-minute voice memos on Instagram.
Are you more of a voice message gal than a text message gal?
Completely depends on who I'm dealing with. Like if I care about you enough to like even text back
Yeah.
and then I'm sending a voice memo on top of that, like I obviously I'm like, dude, here's the full extent of this story. Like I'm
Yeah.
trying to talk.
Sure.
It often happens when like my friends won't answer the FaceTime call.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just like, fuck it. Cause like weird things happen to me all the time. I'll just send like a quick voice memo.
Sure.
Or like,
It's convenient.
yeah. If I'm busy too, shit. And that's like even when I want to text. Honestly, texting is annoying.
Yeah, texting. I feel like as I've gotten older, I still like enjoy texting. Like there's I don't know, sometimes you can't talk. Maybe you're just held up. But I don't know, texting matters a bit to me. At least getting back to each other in a timely fashion,
Oh, really?
Like if you go a whole day, I mean, I get it if you're working or something, but say it's the weekend, like a whole day without responding to someone that you're into is what I'm saying. Like, I don't mind if it's, a friend or whatever, like you're doing your own shit.
Right.
But if you're dating someone, they don't get back to you in like 10 hours or something. It's almost like, I don't know.
I'm a culprit.
Yeah.
Of that.
Yeah.
I take a long time.
Well, you're aware of it, at least,
Oh, yeah. I communicate that. I'm like, hey, I'm a bad texter. Like, I genuinely can't hold up in that court.
I got you.
I'm very much a quality time person, and I'm very independent.
Me too.
And I think, like, that kind of goes. That sucks, because it's like, I value conversation and, like, being able to share.
Well, it's kind of something where I'm like, well, people message me through text, and I just don't want to be perceived as a dick sometimes. Like, I've forgotten messages from people when I don't respond quickly. Yeah. And then, it's like 5 days later, I'm like, wow, this was a time-sensitive text,
Oh, if it's time, I always review.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like, I'm always reviewing. Is it a time-sensitive? Yeah. Like, do you need help?
No red receipts is what you're saying.
Oh.
No, that does not need to be
dangerous territory.
Yeah.
Dangerous territory.
I don't know who can keep that on. It's dangerous, for sure.
It's dangerous. Sometimes I'll turn it on. It just depends. Like,
so you have like 4,000 unread emails or something?
I am that person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think right now I have like 500 unread texts just sitting.
No, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta take a day off.
495.
Unread?
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
It's crazy.
You need to get on that.
Yeah. I think it's just a system at this point. Cause I thought
it's a filing cabinet.
Yeah. Like, I'm just like, have all of my stuff.
Well, it's also like, how much mental energy do you want to give to some people?
Mm-hmm. A lot of people will think that they have rights to your time.
Yeah.
And they don't.
Yeah. Cause again, like, are you always on call to communicate?
When you ask me my several sources of income, it's like, that's part of it. It's like communicating with people. Like, I'm a creator, and like, I'm constantly going to different sources of creation and like creating things.
Totally.
So there comes a point where like filtering that out, like what is time sensitive, what is work? Is it my family? Obviously, friends, like things like that.
Yeah.
But if like working all the time. Text is a text.
And then you're fucking exhausted. You want to get into a conversation right when you get off work or something.
Oh my God. They're like emails to me.
Yeah. Yeah, you can totally treat it as emails, dude. Yeah.
But you like that. You like the texting aspect.
I do enjoy it.
Wow.
I like, I also send a lot of like videos or articles or music to people and friends.
Right.
Like, hey, you should look at this. I might not even like have any text with it. I just send something to people,
Right.
But yeah, but what I was gonna say was like, I'm getting into voice messages a lot more.
Nice.
Because you can articulate so much more emotion and care into it, and also just fucking get the point across like 10 times quicker. It makes sense.
Less questions.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason the phone was originally just for your fucking voice. And we like, it wasn't like everyone was carrying around. I guess people were telegramming or Morse coding and shit for longer. Paging, yeah.
They had little pagers.
I've never had one of those. Did you?
Yeah, no. Me. I was 4.
That would be awesome if you just fucking hipstered it up and brought it back, dude.
Oh my God, no. I would never. That's what a waste. We just have a phone.
Yeah.
At that point.
I know.
At that point.
I love the idea of just keeping your technology from progressing.
Oh, minimalism.
Like, yeah.
So I'm actually trying to break my phone.
Oh yeah.
Like I just like don't want to have a case on it.
Just like throwing it against the ground.
No, not at all. I just like it falls out of my pocket a lot of the time. But I'm like, the more that it breaks, the more I'm like leaning to having a flip phone, like one of those just like classic.
Uh-huh.
So that's gonna be my next like
I had one of those flip phones
moment.
that were like you like flipped the whole thing up.
The sidekick?
And yeah.
Oh,
And it had
like
the whole keypad.
The LGs that had, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Fire.
That's a throwback.
Yeah, fire. I love a good
Bring
sidekick.
Dude, bring it back. Bring it back.
I'm saying that we're going to make it trending. I'm
Yeah.
going to bring it back because this.
I mean, already all this like Y2K fashion shit is
Right.
in right now.
Right.
Like the technology is going to come back too.
Oh, yeah. I want to get just like a flip phone, like, or like an LG, like something, you know, just like a Blackberry.
Uh-huh.
A Nokia. Bro, I'd go crazy on a Nokia.
Yeah. Then you can really just throw it against a wall. It's a little weapon.
It's yeah, at that point, it's really a weapon.
I want one of the giant block ones from like 1989, dude.
Funny. Wow,
Yeah.
just like one that you have to carry a bag for?
Yeah, it's
like,
a
why would
satchel.
you want that?
It has its own like fucking like band that you strap across your chest.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And the battery lasts like 40 hours.
Yeah, that is because it's like, it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's a big,
Yeah, it's like
bitch.
12 pounds. Well, let's do it. Let's do another advice thing because I don't even remember.
wow, we were doing that.
We sidetracked, but this
Classic.
this guy was just asking for some dating advice, you know.
Okay, yeah. I would say overall dating advice, try to lead with your Riz, you know?
Yeah, please have some Riz.
Lead with the Riz 2023.
This one's funny. I'm pregnant and I'm delivering soon, and I'm arguing with my boyfriend over names for the baby. He wants to name our boy Buddy after his grandfather. However, his last name is Brown. I told him Buddy Brown will lead to bullying and it just looks disgusting if read incorrectly, but he won't listen. What should I do?
Well, what's his name? Is the question.
I don't know. That wasn't.
Is his name also Buddy?
I don't know his name, but I'd imagine it's something less ridiculous. Like, I don't know.
Buddy Brown.
Buddy Brown. Sounds like a fucking cartoon character.
It does. Or, you know,
I don't know. You can own anything, dude.
Yeah. Today I discussed how I would want to name my kid Street. So I'm not sure that any of what they're saying.
What's your last name again?
Summers.
Summers, yeah. I mean, Street Summers is sick.
That's so sick.
That's like a rock star name.
I'm saying. So that's where I'm going.
Yeah, I mean, like, Buddy Brown.
Buddy Brown.
That sounds like a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Hey, you know, I feel like we have lots of those.
Yeah.
Why not get creative?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it is it is something that should be a mutual agreement about naming your child.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
like,
Nobody should have major say in what's going on.
yeah, it has to be like you're both happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, it is your offspring. So you would hope that that's a mutual decision that two people
Yeah, if he's
will
being a
make.
total dick, you know, and being like putting his foot down on it.
Yeah, so is he trying to name the kid Buddy Brown after a father?
His grandfather.
It's a grandpa. It's like, is he relevant at this moment?
Yeah,
is he
he's
alive still?
I don't know.
Why would you have two Buddy Browns if that's the case?
Right. I mean, I'm technically Frederick the Third. Yeah, dude.
Wow.
My dad was a Fred. His
Fred.
grandpa was a Fred.
Fred.
I know.
That's awesome.
It's some like deep German origins, I think.
That's deep.
But you know, I haven't met a single other Fred, dude. I honestly.
My bus driver growing up, his name was Fred.
Oh, yeah. That was me, actually.
It was you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, I've met a few Freds, but not like out and about. It's like I met them when
Yeah.
I was younger. I feel like they were always in an older generation.
Yeah, it's a kind of a dated name.
Or Fred the YouTuber. He was funny. I watched Fred
Like
on YouTube. Like I was a big fan.
He was massive, dude.
He was
like the biggest YouTuber at one point.
culture shock.
Like, I mean, he totally dissolved from the public eye in the last 10 years, but
yeah, and props to him.
he made his money, dude.
Got his bag.
Got
he
his
dipped
bag.
and
Wasn't canceled, voluntarily dipped.
that's like the goal.
Yeah.
People,
And that's a lot of YouTube people, dude. They just get burnt out from it, you know?
I think, well, yeah, when you're existing on an entirely false network of
Yeah.
reality, that's gonna happen.
Right. There there were countless YouTubers that I watched growing up that don't do anything now.
Yeah, I would probably take that route too.
Yeah.
I think like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing about fame. It's like, are you doing something because you're passionate about it, or is fame being universally loved the sole driving factor in you pursuing acting? Or you making these videos? Like, there has to be some other ambition, unless you're a total narcissist.
Yeah. I feel like the more you want something, the less you'll obtain from that. Like, you're not going to get to something that you really want. Like, the way around that is by having the opposite effect. It's like, I'm comfortable doing all things, therefore all things will come.
Wait, so you think if you chase something too hard, it won't come?
Absolutely. Like, I mean, not even chase necessarily, but when you want something so bad, almost the negative effect happens where things will come up that you won't be able to achieve.
I think to a degree. You know, if you have a goal for yourself, for your career or something, if you never deviate from that goal or get distracted from it, and hopefully you don't go bankrupt and ruin your whole life chasing it.
Well, are you chasing it?
Yeah.
Or are you being it?
But you need to I wouldn't say manifest, because that implies something else, but you almost need to push yourself exactly where you want to be there, right?
You have to do and be what you want to do and be. You have to represent that in your current frame of life.
Yeah.
If that's not represented, then that's not what you are.
Sure.
So then you're going to be chasing it. So just being true to who you are just in the moment, like being true to that whatever is happening is where you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like you can chase and chase and chase something. It could be the bag, it could be a person, it could be a job, it could be a degree, it could be anything. But like if you're not actively waking up and going to school, you know, if you're not actively waking up and working, if you're not actively pursuing relationships, if you're not, like, there's no way that you'll even be there. Like, you have to just start with.
Right. Well, you'll also, whatever vision you see that you're chasing, you'll never 100% hit it, you know, and exactly how your mind's eye is, you know.
But you'll know. Like, when you are, you will know. Yeah,
you're never there until you're there.
Yes.
You know, like I would have loved, I first saw myself playing a lot more shows like the last year, but it took me however many months and years to get to a point where I'm able to do it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think you can't get ahead of yourself too.
Yeah.
And especially when you need to start pumping money into your business or something, it's like, how do you keep chasing a goal and stay focused? Because it's so easy to get distracted, dude.
Yeah.
You start falling in some path.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is like just some tangent. Like what you're saying, where you have all these different things that make you, but we base our entire personality, what our career is. I don't know. I guess it made more sense back when like our parents were growing up, where it's like, yeah, you have the same job for 50 years, then you die.
Yeah.
Or retire.
My grandpa worked for the irrigation district of California for 35 years, 40 years.
That's insane.
Retired. That's his one hobby. And he talks about it.
He loves water.
He loves that. Yeah, he does. He loves water, but he loves his classic truck too. And those were just the two things he always had. Yeah. And I envy that because I'm like, God, what a nice, just like every day you knew what to anticipate. Yeah. Whereas like I'm working in different fields.
Right,
like everything is so different all the time. And I just wish that I had some stability behind.
Do you though? Because I think there's something really exciting about maybe not financially, but there's something exciting about doing a lot of different things and never, like the fucking YouTubers got burnt out because they're making these stupid niche videos for 10 years. But if you can do countless other things and keep your brain moving and not, like, we get tired of eating the same meal. You know, if you were eating a fucking tuna sandwich for lunch every day, you'd fucking hate tuna after a fucking year, dude. It's the same thing with your passions. Like, you could kill them if that's all you do, though. But some people also have these brains, like your grandpa, that are totally fine with it, dude.
Yeah, because I don't think it was his identity.
Yeah.
Like, he loves it. It's like his hobby. And like he worked in the field, but his identity really lied with his family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Big family guy.
Huge.
I mean, that's one of the beauties of life, too.
Yeah.
That's kind of the sad thing. Like, our generation is almost getting fucking kicked in the ass with that. Because, like, you can't afford a kid. I can't afford a kid. And can you?
No.
Yeah.
No.
And like,
not me.
And it's almost like a luxury at this point, you know?
To have a kid?
Yeah.
Woof. Yeah, I mean, that's probably why families end up where they're at right now. Like, new families. I always think about that.
What do you mean?
It's like a car.
How do you're paying this?
Like, you're paying these massive bills. That's something you sign up for forever.
Right.
It's not really anything that goes
for
away.
20 years.
Yeah, I mean, if you're one of the parents that just kicks your kid at 20 and is just like, see ya.
Right.
But like, naturally, generations have generations. So like, your family's always interconnected.
Totally. But it's also like, Hispanic families are super familial, you know, like super intertwined. Like, my family's spread everywhere, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're not like,
my God, I lived on the same block.
yeah, that's awesome. Well, that's the kind of the dream, though.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
It was cool.
Because you just have that web that you know will always be there to fall on.
Yeah. I think the downside of that, though, is that was like just one side of my family. And I wish I had explored the other side of my family a little bit.
Yeah.
To like.
Why weren't you close to them?
I spent a lot of my childhood, I think, with my mom's side of the family, just because naturally we were a very intertwined family. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't really know a lot of my dad's side. Gotcha.
The thing with family is, like, in just any community or group of people, there's people that you get more along with, and there's people that you don't. You know, like, my mom's side of the family would just. They were Italian, Sicilian, so they're always just fucking yelling, angry at each other, yelling or something. There's just always drama going on.
Right.
And but that was just like who they are. Like, that's part of their genetics almost.
Culture.
They're inclined to be like that.
Yeah.
And
I'm dead.
And then my dad's side of the family were like Irish and German.
Woo.
And so it was like you know, they kept their feelings a bit more on their sleeve a little bit. They loved to party.
Yeah.
You know, love to drink.
Yeah.
But not everything was talked about, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know how much needs to be talked about. You know, probably more than I experienced, but it seems like your family's pretty open with each other, though.
Oh, no.
No?
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
How so? Was it like, well, were your parents together?
My parents are still married.
Yeah.
Most of the people in my family are still married.
That's good.
Yeah. It is good. I got to see what a marriage looks like.
That's what makes you a more affectionate human, you know, seeing love growing up.
I think the downside of that, though, is that you question whether or not that is love. So when you were speaking about how you think marriage is love, like somebody that comes from married families.
Oh, yeah.
Like, my aunt and uncles are married, and like my parents are married, my grandparents were married. So it's like everybody was married.
Well, yeah, love definitely deteriorates, especially in like a 30-year marriage.
Yeah, so there's like different ways of love that isn't the classic like when you first get married, there's like the 30-year mark in your marriage where you're like,
insanity.
you just like literally are roommates and you just are living together and experiencing life together, and you've built this community of family. That's like the cool part. It's like you get to extend your community that much, but outside of that, it looks pretty hard.
I
be
know.
honest.
I mean, it's work, dude.
Yeah, it's its own. Yeah, I was speaking about this with somebody today about how you can't have just your relationship at the forefront when you're having kids. Like your relationship is like the second priority. It's weird. Like it's like it has to be the second priority in order to make. Okay, wait, no. Let me rephrase. So like two people can't come together and form a healthy relationship if they're not independently like working on their own stuff outside of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And the result of that is a comparison, or like the way that I compared that is like from like if you had kids, you can, like, let's say you have a kid, you can't take care of the kid because you're not taking care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So then you're hurting two people.
Sure.
And so like that's like the kind of conversation I guess I was having with this person about relationships and how marriage and having families like can sometimes go south.
Oh,
when
yeah.
like that's the separate like codependency enmeshment type like.
Right. I mean, how many life experiences over 30 years like you're gonna go through with this person?
Shit, you're going through so much.
Some of them are negative, some of them are positive. Like that's life.
Yeah.
And how you react to the negative ones is what's going to define your marriage, you know?
Oh, that's tough.
But hopefully, yeah. But yeah, that's the thing. Like once you start intertwining every aspect of your lives, it becomes harder to give up on it.
Yeah.
So there's pros and cons to it, but
I think it's so awesome to build a community though.
Totally.
And like that's what the beauty of like having a relationship is.
Seeing a party full of your descendants must be so rewarding, dude.
So awesome. Or just like being able to like hold space for so many people just as a result of like love that exists in the world. That's like,
and it's like what the fuck is love? There's no tangible real personification of it. It's totally internal, you know?
It's an internal feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oof, that's huge. Like, it is an internal feeling.
Yeah, like I guess the papers you sign for the contract, I guess, is as black and white as it gets, you know?
Oh, yeah. And for marriage?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not asking if you love each other when you're signing that, which is so funny because the whole point of, that's why I think that the government uses it as a way to control people. And that's how it's always been.
Yeah.
Like the concept of marriage is used to control like your entire household.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's because,
can you imagine being a divorce lawyer though? I love how much we're talking about marriage, but it's such a interesting topic. Like divorce lawyers, dude, must be so depressed.
Yeah, that would be
like
really
just
tough.
Seeing the worst of humanity come out of these people. I mean, some of them, I'm sure, amicable divorces, but I imagine a lot of them are just fucking shit shows.
Yeah, because there's a middle emotion between love and hate, and people have a hard time finding it.
Yeah.
It's like passion.
Can you imagine giving up your house to someone?
No.
That sounds just like...
I wouldn't put myself in that position to begin with. That's the issue.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, you better make a good decision. Like, I don't think there's a bigger decision you can make in life besides having a kid.
Than your partner?
Yeah, marrying someone.
Your partner. I feel like you don't even have to get married. The fuck? I know this girl. Her name is, what's her name? Hold on. Oh shit. Sandy. Mm-hmm. My mom's friend.
Yeah.
Been with her husband. They're not actually married though, but they've been together for like 40 years. They have a son.
That's cute.
It's cute. They're not married.
Yeah.
And they're still happy. And like even more so because they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, dude. You don't need it for sure.
Love Sandy.
I love that. Shout out Sandy.
Shout out Sandy. She would love that.
Hell yeah. Well, it's cool. You know, I know one of my favorite bands, Portugal the Man. John Gourley and his wife they have a kid together and they're not married.
I would do that.
And they were just touring together for.
In a heartbeat.
That's awesome.
That's awesome
And
because
just living on the road.
you remove the role that comes with marriage too. And when you get married, there's a role expectancy. I cannot deal with roles in relationships. Like traditional roles, I hate that. I've
like
tried.
a housewife.
I hate falling into roles because it just is too fake. It's like too much of not an ideal. It's too ideal.
Sure.
It's not like representing the truth to what's happening, which is like two people like coming together and making choices together and agreements and living together.
Yeah, well, some people want a role in life.
I know. It's like,
and it's just not, it's not your and I's makeup, you know?
Yeah. Damn, maybe that's what it is.
You know,
It's not the makeup.
I remember overhearing a couple like friends who were gals of mine in high school talking about like what they wanted to do when they get older. And one of them's like, I just want to be a mom. And I'm like, what's wrong with that? You know?
No,
she just wants.
Is she a Cancer?
I don't fucking know.
Let's find out.
She's definitely a Cancer.
Yeah, I bet she is.
Now that I think about it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know shit. But
I feel it.
But it's like, it's also like what humans have been doing for forever.
Yeah.
You know, just being females, or the caretakers or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a fan of the role shit either. Because then it's like there becomes like a dominant one in the relationship sometimes. Like, yeah, like a 50s fucking marriage. Like,
wait, what was the question?
I don't even know, dude. This guy. Oh yeah, Buddy Brown.
Oh, pass on the name. Buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy, pass on the name.
Yeah. Well, that's yeah. No, I think we figured that one out because it's the worst. Honestly, I kind of like it.
Buddy's cute. I'm not saying
it's kind of a dog name.
If you've thought about it,
sounds like a dog.
And there was a second thought, maybe to move on from that.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Okay, let's agree. I agree, 100%. Buddy Brown, sorry, dude.
We agree, 100%.
Yeah. All right, this is a good one actually.
Put me on. Let's go.
I've been going out with this girl for 2 weeks.
Oh.
Yesterday, we come over to my place and start getting physical. And she goes, I have to tell you that I'm kind of religious and won't have sex until marriage. I just told her that it's okay, and I appreciate her telling me early on. I understand that I should have discussed this further with her and learned more about her situation, but I was taken aback. I think that intimacy is a big part of a relationship, especially in this day and age where everyone is more open about their sexuality. I feel like I can see myself being with her long term if we're able to do everything besides sex, but maybe not if we're limited to just making out. I'm really lost right now and don't know what to do. I was hoping someone could provide some guidance.
This is a serious topic.
Yeah. How do you feel about that? Sex before marriage or not?
Well, I think really the question is that what this person wants? Right? Because I support whatever somebody wants. So if they don't want to have sex before marriage and it is a religious reason, it has nothing to do with me.
Right.
Peace.
Totally.
Love that.
It's up to you if you want to continue dating this person.
Yeah. It's up to the person that's going to basically settle or negate their own needs and their own boundaries. Let's say they're not religious and they want to maintain a connection, but they need that intimacy to know like if that's something they want to maintain. There's no reason why you should be held up in that. And like that sucks. At the end of the day, like it's not because she is choosing abstinence. It's just like that's not something you're wanting. Mm-hmm. It takes two people to form any sort of connection. But if you're settling or settling is a rough word. But if
it's like, dude, sex is such a big part of a relationship. And if let's say you get married and
sex is huge.
Sex is huge. Big part of it for me.
Massive.
And if you get married and then you figure out you're like just not compatible sexually and you're locked in, dude. Like what the fuck? Yeah. You should figure that out before you get married, dude.
I'm saying like I love that I love that I am so like we're in this conversation and marriage has come out so much today. I don't know if it's been on your mind, but it's just in this it's existing in this room.
I know, for real. I don't know why either.
I know, and I'm so like almost non-monogamous, not like actively practicing that, but like I try not to like steer in those types of relationships.
Sure.
And it's just funny that we're like, just everything is referencing this.
I don't know. I don't believe in marriage either. So it's pretty bizarre that we're really doing that.
What the fuck?
But I like it. You know, it's just a part of sex, human nature. I don't know why. I mean, this question I just had, which seems to be on topic. But yeah, why we got into it in the first place, I don't remember. But it's like, if you're gonna have sex, like you can have kinks that may never fit the person that you're with.
Yeah, and that takes trial and error. You gotta find them.
Yeah, you gotta find them. Well, these people are also 21, by the way.
Wow. Is it like how do you know that?
They told me.
Oh, what's their name?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, you can't tell me the name?
It's anonymous.
Anonymous. Okay.
But it's like, I don't know. I'm a sex before marriage guy is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'm a sex before marriage girl. I don't think there's a reason. But you know what? My aunt and uncle waited to get married.
Did they?
Yeah, to get married.
They told you that?
They were proud of that.
They were very descriptive, like their first time.
I'm like, yeah, why do I know that? I don't know. No.
They wrote a book about it.
I might as well talk about it.
Well, it's a beautiful thing, you know, that you're willing to wait for that, you know, but it's just not.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately the advice is if it's not something that you're desiring, then possibly like move on and find something you do desire.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to stay with the person.
Is Christianity the only thing that makes you do that?
Oh, I
Or
think.
do a lot of religions make you wait till marriage?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, some people don't even know who they're getting married to until like the week before.
Right.
That's religious.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, that's bizarre. But I do know people who were like set up to be in arranged relationships. I do, and I'm like interested in how they live. I don't cross judgment on those people. It's just interesting to me.
Yeah. You know what's weird is when like a dad is super protective of like their like daughter or son like dating someone, like they bring like a boy home and they're like just aggressive, protective. You ever see those fucking people? Like it's almost
I never brought a guy home for that reason. I didn't want to see what that would look like.
I mean, it is asking for a situation, and it's not like we're in a discussion at least. So you never brought any dude home?
Oh my god, no. I did not date in high school. I don't date.
I didn't really date. I didn't date till senior year in high school.
Whoa. I feel like it's just high school. I was like, who am I? You know, I was going through that. I was like, who the fuck?
You weren't the only one.
Yeah, and I didn't have time to really figure that out with somebody else. It wasn't at the forefront of my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So
did you go to college?
I did. I went to a performing arts college.
Oh, nice.
In Hollywood off of Cahuenga.
Sweet.
It's called AMDA. And I studied acting.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was a child actor.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. So when you're like talking about how working towards something and chasing something is like, you know, and like you'll get there, it's like, yeah, I feel like I've done that since I was a kid, you know, and I just have always just been that. So for me, it's not even necessarily chasing something.
Sure.
And
you're just living your life.
Yeah, it's just part of who I am. Grew up in the entertainment industry.
So did you date anyone from the school or anything? Or was it
from school?
Yeah.
In at AMDA?
Yeah.
I actually did. I dated this guy. Oh, we didn't officially date. I dated a couple of people. I dated this one specific guy though. His name was Bob. Yeah, he was a ginger. He was from Arkansas. Shout out Bob. He had a girlfriend in Arkansas in Little Rock.
Oh jeez.
I had no idea. And then I get a DM from this girl.
Oh no.
And she's like, just so you know, Bob doesn't like you. Bob doesn't love you. Blah, 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 blah. He's with me. I was like, girl, what? He's in my bed.
Yeah. Oh no. That's awesome.
I know. No, he was so weird. He like didn't want to like hook up.
Oh.
I didn't either. Okay. I'm gay. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not like, let me not say that. I'm not gay. I'm queer, but I'm not like a specific, I don't have specificity for gender. To me, it's just like whoever I vibe with.
Yeah.
But I wasn't vibing with Bob in that way. Sexually.
He was too ginger.
It was one of those moments that I had to decide what I was desiring and what he was is not the same.
I got you.
But yeah, no, we broke up anyways because of that girl DMing me. I was like, you're crazy.
Well, that's fucking weird. You know, like long distance relationships are doomed.
They got married.
What?
Yeah, they're married. He moved back to Little Rock like shortly thereafter.
Oh my god.
And they got married. Yeah. And I just watched that. That was crazy. I was like, damn.
Like this year?
Oh no, like in 2016.
What?
We're talking about college, right? That's why they did in college.
So they were like 21.
Yeah.
Or 20.
Super young.
I mean, that's just what Southern people do, dude.
Right.
They just get married like hot out of the gate.
Yeah, it's classic up there. By the Appalachians.
Yeah. The Appalachia.
Yeah, no thank you.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, that fucking Bob, dude.
Bob broke my fucking heart.
He gave up on the acting career? Like,
yeah, I think he did.
Like pretty quickly.
He still makes stuff. I don't want to give Bob too much airtime. Okay. It's just the fact that Bob was just a piece of shit that he just doesn't even deserve it.
Okay, sorry, Bob. But what were you acting in then?
So I did as a child. When?
You were child acting, you said?
Yeah. So I did like musical theater. That was wild. Did we would perform in different we'd kind of toured LA a little bit. We would perform at Disneyland, classic kid performance. And then we went to Catalina Island. We went to events. It was whatever.
Yeah.
And then I moved up north and then I started doing commercials. So I did a Rayleigh's commercial, which is a grocery store chain. And then I was acting in high school. And then I graduated early and went to college. I think I was at 17 when I went to college. And then...
Wait, you bypassed senior year or something?
I didn't bypass. I just was in school really young.
Oh, okay.
I think they just put me in.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So I when I graduated, I remember all my friends were 18, 19, and I was 17. I was scared out of my mind.
Yeah, that's... I feel like you need... you see homeschooling,
yeah,
people who are... child stars who get homeschooled because they may be too famous to be in a normal school or something, or just too busy working.
Right.
You need that socialization, dude.
You have to have some sort of...
To make you just a normal...
Otherwise, you're a straight child actor.
Yeah.
That's so scary.
And I think those people are the ones who go off the rails as they get older.
Probably.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have a list of...
I'm you name them.
Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin, Macaulay Culkin, Macaulay Culkin. Can you say that three times fast?
Macaulay Culkin, Macaulay Culkin, Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin.
That's kind of hard to say,
Macaulay
though.
Culkin. Yeah.
That's a good one. But he's kind of normal. So I hear.
What?
I don't know.
Is anyone normal? No.
Right.
I think...
Yeah, what makes you normal?
He's dating... I think he's married or dating Brenda Song, and I think that says enough. You know, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Yeah.
She plays the heiress, the hotel heiress.
Uh-huh.
This is the sweet life. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na.
You were a big Disney guy.
Yeah,
Deep in the Disney.
I was prime age. They were catering to me.
I love
They
that.
saw me as a piece of candy. I was yep.
My sister Nikki was big Disney gal.
Nikki.
I know. I wasn't really deep. Shout out Nikki. Shout out a lot of people today. I definitely veered away from Disney.
Yeah, good.
I was Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network.
I wish.
I honestly was pretty deep in Discovery Channel from an early age.
Ah, nice.
Mythbusters. You remember Mythbusters, dude?
I do. I was watching Mythbusters.
I fucking love those guys.
I loved when they showed it in
R.I.P.
school.
Grant. Some other gal dad too.
What?
I know.
I used to watch Survivor when I was little.
Oh yeah, Survivor Man or Survivor?
Survivor.
Yeah. Survivor, voting off the island. Survivor.
Yes.
Yeah. Got you.
Yeah, that and Friends.
Okay. Yeah, dude. I was just talking to someone about Friends. By the last episode, they were making $1 million an episode.
They were making a god awful.
Can you imagine?
No, I want to.
Yeah.
I couldn't though. That doesn't seem like it's in my cards at all.
No. You gotta hop back on the acting train, dude.
I have a film coming out.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Can you say it or no?
Yeah. It's called Psycho Baby.
Sick, dude.
Bro, I gotta tell you this story as well.
Are you the baby?
Yeah.
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 No. What's the story?
I swear to God, this. It's just it's an interesting film. It's the way that the person met me too was and I was just partying in West Hollywood super young.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, I have this perfect film that I think you'd be good in. And it ends up being a film about like a psychopath.
It's like a murderer.
No, I'm not a murderer, but like I've supposedly like fallen in love with a love addict, and it's like the whole concept of the film is just like that relationship.
Well, I'm glad you're fucking acting, you know, like
Oh, hell yeah.
that's fucking awesome.
I started doing my own work, like my own music videos in 2020, but I'm definitely going to get back into like just making projects with other people now that it's like COVID's not affecting it heavy.
Same, dude. I'm in the same boat. That's why I like music, dude. You can flex so many different avenues of creativity.
I want to make a movie and soundtrack it. I have a really
That's a
good...
dream of mine too.
Yeah. It's gonna
Scoring
happen.
the shit out of something.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. We gotta make some music together soon.
We need to. I'm surprised we haven't. I mean, this is funny that we're doing this first before making music.
Well, I'm glad you hit me up, you know.
Yeah.
I was kind of, I wasn't really booking anything for the last couple of weeks just because I've been
booking. I'm dead.
You know,
to me, we're hanging out.
No, we are hanging out, but I gotta make time for it.
Right, exactly.
And it's like, dude, editing these things fucking eat up so much time, but it's like I love it, and I get to like meet awesome people and just talk.
Yeah.
You don't really get to do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm glad you fucking reached out.
Yeah.
I'm glad I went to fucking that fucking show of yours too.
Yeah, you did go to my show.
Yeah.
Did you have a good time?
I did have a good time.
Good. It was a good vibe.
Did you feel like that was? Were you happy with everything?
Yeah.
Because you played a decent amount of shows so far, right?
You know what? No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not with my own music too. It's very different singing your own music in front of people.
Yeah.
Like I grew up performing in live, but I never played my own music, obviously not. And then now I'm getting to experience that, and it's so fucking raw, and it's so vulnerable, and it's so painful to be perceived, but in the same breath, it's so like vulnerable to the moment that you almost like remember why humanity exists. That's what it's like for me. I'm just like the fact that I can talk to people and like communicate and just like live with them in the moment, and then they also get to listen to my music and like I like my music, like I think it's cool and I love sharing it with people, and it inspires me to keep doing it
for sure.
So
well, it's like that's how music is meant to be heard, dude.
Yeah, it's
and some
supposed to be
people
shared.
forget being so deep in TikTok and shit that like, which is like
TikTok's
the most
scary.
destroyed fake music. Like everything's like sped up now. Like what's that about? Why are we speeding up everyone's fucking music?
Yeah, lots of sampling happening.
No artists like it.
Dude.
I don't want to hear my shit sped up 20 times.
Oh, I don't care. It's like I don't give a fuck what you do to my songs.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't want anyone to own it. I'm like,
Well,
you
yeah.
can't own my songs.
Yeah. That too. That's every artist should keep that on the heart. Well, Spotify has this thing where you can sell some fucking portion of the rights to the song so they can bump it up in some like playlist algorithms
That's
and
how
shit.
it goes.
It's like the worst form of payola I've ever seen. But it's like, how do you break through this millions of fucking songs every day being uploaded?
You don't.
You know.
You don't. So if you're a musician, I would argue that like you have to just be dedicated to making music versus posting music.
Yeah.
This is like two different things. And like how it streams is it really matters, but I try to keep everything like directed towards like I don't know. Like I have a website and I try to post most of my content on there.
Yeah.
And not like give Spotify like the main platform for how to reach me.
Sure.
Because it's just like Spotify is cool. I'm actually switching from Spotify to Apple as we speak. Apple Music.
You're just dissolving everything on Spotify.
I'm tired of Spotify. That shit's so old. It's like it plays me the same. I was playing a playlist with like 100 songs, and this one Remy Wolf song kept playing over and over and over, like every other song. I was like, girl, what? we algorithm the fuck out of this.
I know, dude. Well, that's the thing. It's like unless you're the cream of the crop signed people, it's hard to break into that. Like the independent artists that do that, the utmost respect, but it's tough work to make that happen.
I mean, at that point, you're not even independent, right?
Yeah, you probably have
if you're
a handful of people working
if you're
for you.
breaking into anything, you're not independent.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You need to be kind of
Like somebody's
playing the
it.
ball game a little bit.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, is there any new music you got coming out soon, Sav?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have some
Tell me
music.
about it, dude.
It's cool. I'm making a concept album. Essentially, it's called The In Between.
Sweet.
And it's basically about all the things that exist in the in between. I'm very much a black and white person. So the stage of my life is kind of like opening myself up to all things and not being scared of the gray, and kind of just finding a balance between the two of black and white. And that would mean I have like a whole list of things of like
Cool, dude.
the polarities that we use and stuff. But yeah, it'll be cool. I have a song called Video Star coming out. That's going to be dope.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm excited to make the music video for that because I want to cast all my friends. I have hella actor friends, and it's just like it would be dope to have us all
Sick, dude.
perform together again.
I love that. Are you directing and shooting it at the same time?
I'll probably direct it, but
Both.
I'll be in it too. So
Yeah.
somebody else is gonna be shooting it.
I got you.
You know.
Yeah, dude. I would love to hear it.
Shit, you're more than welcome to come to the fucking shoot.
Sick.
We want to have a little.
Let's go.
I'm saying, I just like getting I just like being surrounded by people that are creative.
Yeah.
One.
Same.
And two, just being able to exercise that creativity with other people.
For sure, dude.
That's just massive. That feeling, that's overwhelming. And it's almost like a church. Like, it's almost like a religion. Like,
Yeah.
it has its own intoxicating, like...
Well, you just want to be around like-minded people and people with that mindset.
all I want in this life right now.
I'm in the same boat, dude. Well, Sav, I'm stoked. I'm stoked to have you here, dude.
Thanks for having
And
me.
I'm glad we did this and made some time for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Even though it's definitely midnight by now, right?
Oh, it's late night.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's not. Not yet.
It's not even.
All right, dude. Well, thanks for coming out. Peace out, y'all.